North Sulawesi's markets are just on this completely other level. People call it Asia's most extreme market for a reason. This is like the final boss of extreme food culture. I've never seen anything quite like it.
This is pure and utter madness.
Even Indonesians from outside this region are just downright terrified of this place. It is known to have everything you can imagine. Cats, dogs, rats, pythons, and endless numbers of bats.
I gotta be honest, guys, I don't know if any of this ever makes it onto YouTube.
And what appeals to me is that this isn't about some kind of crazy shock value. It's not some weird medical claim that's driving the appeal. It's not novelty for tourists. It's none of that. This is what people eat here for Christmas dinner.
In Tomohon, for Christmas, you eat like bat?
Yeah, we do.
Like that's the specialty.
Correct.
And what outsiders see as just completely insane, as extreme, is just everyday Minahasan culture. It's part of the tradition here that just never really modernized. So why does this still exist?
The wing is the best bit? That's crazy.
It's the best bit. Yeah. In my family, everybody will just fights for the wings. Yeah, no kidding.
Here's my plan. We're gonna check out a few of these markets to see if the food is actually mainstream or if these are just a few fringe stalls that are pushing this narrative on the rest of the world. And I'm gonna push myself to the limits, of course, by trying this stuff out at a local restaurant. Check it out and see if the locals are eating it or if I'm the only one there. And finally, we've got to head out to the source. We've got to trek into the jungle, try and find some locals to take us on a true hunt and see if we can see how this stuff goes down, Sulawesi style.
It is pretty thick Sulawesi jungle, and for just some tiny ass little rats, it is wild.
We're about to head to the market, and just walking along, I happen to see the side of the road a bat vendor. Just like, that's my kind of jam, Just roadside, retailing bats. Boar, python, bats, frogs. Well, hello.
They're skewered on sticks like some kind of popsicle from hell.
What an entrance to a market. We didn't even get there yet. We just saw this roadside guy just hanging out here. I have bat blood dripping all over my hands, but if you ask me, that is a good start to the morning. Let's go. Good morning, people. We are in Tomohon Market, which is well known, or has the reputation of being one of the craziest meat markets in Asia. I gotta admit, so far, it is beautiful. But we're about to step into the meat section, which of course is where you beeline to when you hit an Asian market. Crazy. Woo. That did not take long. As soon as we hit the corner of the market, there are some blackened out roasting dogs. There's pigs everywhere. There's a dude carrying around a tray of, is that rats or squirrels?
Rats.
That's rats?
Yeah.
Wow. If you guys know anything about me, you know I'm very much a rat fan. I don't know why it's become this kind of like sick addiction. Jungle rat here in Sulawesi is a huge thing. But we're gonna venture a little bit deeper into this market, see what else we can find.
The second you step in, it is just absolute sensory overload. There's not one or two stalls here. Every vendor is just stacked with jungle fare. And one thing mainly jumps out. Bats. They are everywhere. They're stacked on trays, they're hanging on hooks. Vendors are flapping them about to try and attract customers.
Oh my God, guys, I don't think I've ever seen a market like this. This is pure and utter madness. It's just like, we are 2 steps in. I thought I'd have to hunt down the exotic meat, but this is like next level.
And the sight is wild. But the smell is what really brands it. Just burning hair, charred skin, blow torches, firing up the second an order lands.
We have huge pythons hanging from this structure. The boar is everywhere. Obviously, not that common in Indonesia. I'm so used to not finding pork in Indonesia at all, but this is a Christian area, not Muslim. So there's plenty of wild boar everywhere, just like hair on, and wow, there's some big bats right here. That is wild. Oh, wow. All right, guys. That, I've got to admit, is kind of gnarly. Just the texture, the kind of wetness on my skin, the rubbery like mini claws that are biting into my hands, the rubbery nature of it. It is just like one ugly looking creature. I guess we do like the locals do. We buy a couple of these bad boys and we got to cook one up.
So this is how they normally sell it. So the same like that, slightly roasted.
Yeah.
So it's easily they will, when someone's coming in here and buy it, that will be clean all the stomach part.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then sometimes you can ask them to chop it or not, just like this.
He's taken off the wings, and I think he's going to give it a quick blowtorch so that it ends up a bit more like these guys hanging out down here.
The hair singed right off with a blowtorch.
Okay, there seems to be a pretty specific set of features that we roasted down, like the claws, like the hair right off the body. What we have now is this like naked fat.
And then it's broken down. Shoulders cut, chest pried open. What's left is hacked into chunks, ready for the pot.
We have this kind of lovely assortment of fat parts ready to roll.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. We got a sub, people. Yes. Oh, thank you, sir. One package of fat ready to go. This looks like a nondescript house in the middle of Sulawesi, but in fact, it is a restaurant. And inside, they have some of their local specialty dishes. This is like a common local eatery. It's not like you got to go to someone's backyard who cooks up special Chinese medicine infused, whatever, like you might find bad and cobra done in Jakarta. Here, it's a staple. So we're gonna check out how it's done right now. Let's go.
The Minahasan people are devout Christian, and it is absolutely everywhere you look. You walk into a restaurant even, and you can just feel it everywhere. There's crucifixes, verses on the wall, and just this faith is woven into this space. And in my mind, that's kind of starkly juxtaposed against what is on the menu. It's not that there's anything wrong with it, it's just not what I usually associate with sort of really traditional Christian meals. Either way, the menu is just straight up jungle fare. There's bats, pythons, dogs, you name it, and the place is just packed. Locals are pulling up, lining up at the counter and ordering canteen style like it's just another weekday lunch spot. They're like, I'll take a better cat, a better dog, some of that python, a bat please. It is kind of wild. And out back, the cook is already in his groove. I hand him the bat and he is more than happy to show us how this is done from scratch. The bat first gets cubed, and I'm talking just straight up cubed. Everything is going in this thing. Organs, intestines, the hairy ears, those pea-infused wings and skin, the whole lot.
They people, they eat with the guts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a medicine.
Wow, with the guts in the bat.
Yeah. Obat apa? Oh, asthma. Asthma medicine. For the traditional remedy, they will get the guts out and don't know, some like mix with something. You can do for asthma remedy.
And by the time it hits the pot, I'm already questioning my life decisions.
It looks kind of wild to me. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the bat wouldn't be that bad, but I think it's kind of like, it is pretty challenging with like all the guts and the organs and everything in there.
After a good 20 minutes or so of boiling, the bat is then set aside, but the wok water, notably, is saved.
The broth,
Yeah.
they will drink it. So that's how they keep strong or maybe healthy, just like traditional medicines, apparently.
The wok is then refilled with oil, and the cooking shifts gears. We're gonna add some lemongrass, garlic, huge spoonfuls of chilies, shallots, ground turmeric, and then, of course, the bat. And on top of all of this, he pours back in that leftover broth, that rendered down stank, just to add a little bit more funk to this water.
I'm not looking forward to this bat anywhere near as much as I was the python. I don't even know if you guys saw the python. Might be a different episode.
We're then gonna hit this with some pretty intense heat, just basically stir fry it up. Just like that, we have one bat cooked up Minahasan style, ready to serve.
Hi guys, we have here a giant bowl of sliced and diced up bat. Well, it looks more edible now than it did earlier, I've got to admit, but regardless of how much extreme food I have eaten, this is probably going to push me to the limits. There is something about a bat with its reputation, and then seeing this thing cook with just like all of its guts, with the broth added back in for like extra flavor from it being boiled. But this place is packed, everyone's chowing down on a bat and python, so if everyone else is doing it, I guess we dive right in. Oh. Man, that is tough. Your skin is just so tough. It's wild. It's almost like a leather. Just eating that, you gotta really work it. You know, you guys might not have seen it in this episode, but I literally just chowed down on a bunch of python that was cooked this exact same way. And I was under the impression that it would be very much the same flavor profile. You cook two animals in the exact same recipe, but this is completely different. This texture of a frog, it is just the craziest, oddest creature. There is nothing like this, that is for damn sure. It's got a bunch of this black skin. Oh, there's hair on it. Oh, I don't know if I can do the hair. That is, wow. Look at that. Sorry guys, I draw the line at the hair. That is bonkers. You gotta really work this thing to get at this meat. And I thought this would almost be rat-like. Well, let me tell you, this is so much of a leaner animal than a rat. The organs were placed in here with this as well. And that is clearly like a kidney or a liver. And he said this cures asthma. Now, I don't have asthma, but it's put in there for people to eat. We're gonna chow down. Sort of powdery. That's almost better than the meat. It's a lot easier to eat. All right, so I was told that family members here frequently just fight over the wings, that the wings are the best bit. You eat it, the wing?
Wow. It's like lots of people, that's most favorite part, the wings.
I think what we have here is like an elbow, you know what I mean? The middle of that middle knuckle of a bat wing. And this is apparently the prize bit. So we're gonna try it. Here we go, guys. That's all skin that comes off it. It is so thick, so rubbery. You can taste or feel tiny micro hairs that weren't blowtorched off it. It has a real gamey flavor. I think the gaminess of this is what is kind of throwing me off. A really, really difficult flavor to handle. Let me tell you, whoa. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. That is tough. No. Oh, not for me, guys. Let me tell you. That's really tough. I think I've got to tap out. That's a tough one. All right, market number 2, people. What's this market, Nita? Langawan Market, a little bit outside of Tomohon. Hi guys, this market seems wild right away. We've got these huge kind of grilling stations behind the various stalls, similar to what we saw in Tomohon, where once you order something, it just gets one more blowtorch, maybe to clean it off before you hike it back home. I see huge chunks of python getting grilled off, the dog in the corner. There is bats absolutely everywhere. And again, it just seems to be like a primary meat in this area. It's not just like some kind of novelty. Cat, python, more cats, dog. Wow, I wonder if you can even show cats.
Guys, these pigs, these long-nosed pigs, it's just wild, right?
Just bats everywhere, guys. Bat and pork. It's how much? 3 for 100,000.
Correct, yeah. That's how they normally sell it, like in like 3 pieces for a higher price. Yeah, they won't sell it once because like you wouldn't if it's not enough for one portion.
Like one person.
One portion, not person. Well, unless you're really crazy, love that, you can eat it the whole 3 pieces. Because they're gonna chop it, like diced it.
So one duck is 75,000.
75. This one, right?
But one big bat can be the same price.
Okay, so like it's like very common to find a duck, but it's more difficult to like get the bat.
The bat.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes
Why is
sense,
it
I
more
guess.
expensive?
So it's kind of like a delicacy. You get less meat, but you're paying for more premium meat.
Correct. Yeah. It's considered like what premium, the bat.
And even a rat, like 3 rats is 100,000.
Yeah.
So you could get,
It's like
you could get more than a duck for the price of 3 rats.
Like 1.5 ducks.
1.5 ducks. What would you prefer to eat, guys? 1 duck or 3 rats? Those are your options. Hello. Oh my God, they have rats. Wow. Oh, they love it. And these guys, where did they come from?
That's from Klabat's northern part. It's about like 2 hours from here.
And so they just bought this in to sell it today?
Ini beli sendiri atau saja? Oh yeah, they hunt them and some is they hunt them, some they get it from whoever that in the village they sell.
Got it.
These are not city rats that you might be picturing scurrying around the sewers. These are white-tailed forest rats, one of the many semi-arboreal rat species that are native here to Sulawesi. I didn't really know what that meant either. It's kind of like they spend a lot of their time at night in the trees, and then they burrow back down into the dirt during the day. And they are hunted all over Sulawesi. Here, they are a delicacy. They're not cheap at all in this part of the world. They sell for 100,000 rupiah for 3. You can pick up just about any other meat here for less than that. Chicken, duck, pork, you name it. But come Christmas, Easter, the demand for rat just surges.
And it's like almost a special occasion dish.
Correct. Yeah.
But it's also like everyday fare.
You can be an everyday fare whenever because it's like one of the only places in North Sulawesi that has selling all these kind of things.
But no turkeys.
No what?
Turkey?
We don't even know what turkeys is.
For farmers, they're also thieves. These things raid the crops, they get into the cacao, the coconuts. So hunting them becomes this kind of strange overlap. It's part pest control, it's protein, and it's a cash source wrapped all in one. And apparently they are hunted in every way you can imagine. Shotguns, air rifles, snares, dogs, it is just all fair game. And so, inevitably, I find myself adding this to the list immediately. It's time for another rat hunt.
Trying to click. Alright guys, we're about to head deep into the Sulawesi jungles. Tonight's prey, or target prey at least, is rats. Just like the ones we saw at the market, the whitetail, apparently they taste pretty damn good. We've eaten the bats already, we've eaten the pythons already. Rat was the final kind of piece of this like Sulawesi mad market combination. So, rat hunting, Sulawesi style. I see some air guns. Let's see how this goes down. I don't know if you guys can see anything. I'm gonna have to do this Blair Witch Project style view. We're off. I don't know how quiet we have to be or anything. We're just parking the motorbikes here in the jungle. But we're gonna start trekking. We're already pointing at signs, and we're up in the trees. So maybe we're after some kind of like tree rat. I just don't know. That's the problem.
So we start just clocking miles down this main road. It's sort of like a supply trail into thick jungle, but there are sort of plantations of cacao and coffee dotted along the way. And whenever we find a promising spot, basically a tree with some fruit or one of those plantations of cacao or coffee, we stop and we start just trying to call in the rats.
Alright guys, we are weaving our way through some much thicker scrub right now, heading up this hill. It's kind of like, I mean, I don't know if I'd call it thick jungle, but it's thicker. We don't need machetes or anything like that. There's definitely an old trail here, but it hasn't been used in a long, long time. That's for damn sure. Hopefully there's some rats to make this worth it. There we have it. This is like the first jungle rat that we have had come in. They're called like white-tailed rats locally. I do not think these are the same kind of species, and certainly they're not eating city rats or anything like that. It behaves almost like a possum or something. It is way up there in the trees. We're only scouting the rooftops. So I don't think this is the kind of thing that you're used to seeing in, I don't know, your average household. It is one big, gnarly looking thing though. And took a few shots to get it down, but there she is. Look at that. It's like white-tailed, crazy looking creature. Kind of cute if I'm honest.
That's essentially the process. Just put in some miles, find a promising spot, put in a call and see if you hear something back or see some movement.
We spotted a little one, but they don't shoot him. They want him to grow into a big fat rat for eating later. And we do this trick where we keep turning off the lights and trying to call, but failing so far.
But it's fun. Along the way, we're taking stops, quick smoke breaks, swapping a few stories, and then just getting back on the move.
Hi guys, it's break time. We have one rat down, and I'm telling you, there's a lot of work for one rat. Like, this is some thick ass jungle at points. We've been through, I don't know, thick, almost like scrubby stuff. We've been through large elephant grass. We've been stepping over broken down logs. It is pretty thick Sulawesi jungle, and for just some tiny ass little rats, it is wild.
The cacao trees here are everywhere, but nearly every pod that we passed has been ripped open, destroyed by the rats. It's pretty clear that these things aren't just food, they're also a problem. So the local farmers love it when these hunters are out and about trying to get rid of them.
Oh, there we go, guys. Man, I did not see that one at all. That is crazy. Guys, tell me that does not look just like a possum. I don't know if I can show you that shot. It's all bleeding and twitching. That is wild. I do not know, guys, how these blokes spot their stuff. That is crazy, but that is rat number 2. We were just moving through the jungle. All of a sudden I see them pointing right up, and I hear the bang. I could not see anything. We now have 2 rats in the bag, and 2 is better than 1. And let me tell you, I honestly think these things are some type of possum. They look just like, I would think, like a mini Australian possum, living up in the canopies like that. Almost like a tree squirrel. I'm sorry, tree rat, but whatever, you get my point.
We push on past old farmhouses, stopping along the way every now and then to gather mushrooms and nuts that we might use for cooking later.
Hey guys, I think we've come to a clearing. I can hear the river just like raging behind us. So we've started to sort of collect small branches and trees. I think the deal is I make up some plates. And I don't really know how we're going to cook up these rats. I suppose we need a fire.
To begin the cooking process, the rats have their intestines first removed, and then they're just straight up skewered on these large sticks to roast over the open fire.
Okay guys, this is one of the oddest campfires I've ever seen in my life. We have 2 rats just kind of roasting on sticks over this fire right now, deep in the Sulawesi jungle.
And they roast away until every last hair has kind of been singed off. And at this point, you could probably just eat them right away. But we've got a fair bit more prep to go because these guys take even their jungle meals pretty seriously.
These guys are blackened to a crisp and they are cooking away.
Now that the rat is cooked, they get large sections of bamboo, just really wide chunks of it, and start beating it into strips with a machete. They leave just enough fiber in between the different strips to hold it together, and it can be sort of unrolled into a mat. Tree branches are then lashed together with vines. The bamboo mat is laid on top. Some banana leaves are added, and you've got this kind of really cool setup, this jungle table of sorts. Meanwhile, 4 short sections of branch are hammered into the ground beside the fire to form a stand that's going to hold a pot for cooking rice. Another section of bamboo is used to sort of split open, creating these large water containers and a makeshift chopping board along the way.
Alright guys, we've got a rat on a table. Oh, it's like a little chopping board. It's genius.
The rats are chopped into pieces, they're given a good rinse to just wash off that ash. Then we begin preparing the rest of the meal. They slice shallots, local herbs, lemongrass, and toss in some mushrooms that we gathered along the way earlier. Chilies and garlics are mashed together in this rough, improvised mortar and pestle.
This looks surprisingly good. There's like chunks of rat. Then there's this weird like wild mushroom salad going on the side. This chili mix spread out on top. Kind of a wild dressing, but I'm digging it. Fireside. If you were telling me I was going to be eating this in the Sulawesi jungle not that long ago, I wouldn't have believed you. This looks pretty damn good.
And everything just kind of gets mixed together with a pinch of salt. And I sort of thought this was it. It was kind of like some jungle rat salad. But no, there's more cooking ahead also. Everything is then pushed into these long, thin bamboo tubes. Those are set against a rack that's made next to the fire.
2 a.m. Sulawesi jungle. Tired as hell. Just want to eat some rat meat, go to sleep.
And after about another 15-20 minutes, this elaborate meal is finally ready to eat.
I know, in fact, that this is standard Indonesian jungle fare. We have this crazy rat salad cooked in bamboo thing. I don't know, maybe it's like a rat curry. We're gonna see how it's done. Oh, this looks good with these guys going in for it. All right, these guys are loving it. Usually I ditch the hands thing, but we are hardcore going primal in Indonesian jungle. I've got this kind of like stomach section of rat here. It has intestines inside it. There's a fine sliver of meat on the outside. First thing hits you, that is smoky and that is spicy. Wow, I think I need the rice to cut that. It's salty as well. The flavor itself of the meat, surprisingly hard to get, at least on that initial bite. Let me try and get another bit. Once you get through that outer crust that's kind of formed from the blackening, it really is pretty good. It reminds me a lot of squirrel. Again, I think these things pretty much are squirrels living up in the trees. These guys are really chowing down. They're like moving cold-wick. This half the stable's already vanished. We're gonna try to find one more bit. Maybe, oh, there you go. Look at that leg. That's gotta have way more meat on it. That's much more chewy. It has like almost like maybe like a duck would be like a decent comparison. It's like a dark, red, chewy meat. It's not fatty at all, not like many of the kind of farmed rats that I've had. Man, yeah, I mean, that's really good. Herbs and chilies and spices, I mean, man, that is absolutely filled with flavor. I just can't get over how sort of like salty and spicy they make the food here though. That is just bonkers. Anyway, one last bite. A little bit fiddly, but well, that's genuinely really, really good. It's a ton of effort. I'm not sure it's worth the 3 hours trekking, having to hunt these things out of the trees, cooking them yourselves. I definitely just go to Tomohon Market, buy 300,000, best deal out there. Check it out if you're ever in town, guys. I'm telling you, jungle, rats, pretty good.
Itu boleh di kamera, anggaplah tidak ada kamera.
These guys love it. All right, now swing back.